On first down, Flacco. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Wide open receiver, complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now here's Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes has some fond memories of playing here in Denver. In fact, one of his earliest NFL memories came here in the Mile High City. That was back in the final week of the 2017 season while Alex Smith was resting up for the playoffs. And we got a glimpse of what the young Mahomes could do. He threw for 284 yards in a 27-24 Chiefs victory. That, of course, was the first start of the career for Patrick Mahomes. This is McCoy. Able to get away.
Keep the legs churning.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Pass complete here to Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Anthony Hitchens, 2nd in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The numbers last week for Shady McCoy. 17 carries, 137 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game. When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47 is early. Mike 47. Mike 47. Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
All day. We coming all day.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. It's picked up by the Broncos. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now McCoy. And he's got this down to the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on second down, Mahomes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Flacco from the gun. And that's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here now a look at LaShawn McCoy. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance. That can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Mahomes now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync on the way to play good defense.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. And another example right there, Charles. McCoy is good getting the ball handed to him. He's also dangerous in the passing game.
You put him in space, and you've got trouble as a defense. And they organize that one very well because, you know, the screen game, when they're deceptive that way and they create that space for him, look out. He turned into a heck of a play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, Von Miller, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To pass, Flacco. He's got it, the tight end, Jeff Hireman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Flacco now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Once more, it's Flacco. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go pass again with Flacco. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt, and that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
53 is the mark. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Try to get one more in in here before the quarter breaks.
It's our time. It's our time. That's the what? 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 He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1 second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So, line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play. First down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That is caught inside the 5. 11 yards there. First down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escape. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They can't stop us. They cannot.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Flacco. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco. Screen pass to Lindsay. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Flacco to throw. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Flacco will take to the air again. Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Flacco. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hey, 57, 47 Mike, 47. Check. 47's the Mike, 47's the Mike. Watch the run. 47's the Mike, 47's the Mike.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
It's been a long day for you. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check nickel.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Flacco. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Passing play, Flacco. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 16, Mahomes, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Another run by Lindsey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Flacco looks to throw. And that is incomplete here. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
A 24-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
And now here comes Kansas City. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Mahomes. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
Undercrunch. Check. 53. Check. 53.
Now Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on the final play. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it